Right, it's another school Fortnight recap. This is number 4, part 1 of Triangle. Monday, the 9th of March 2015. We watched the video on matter, atoms, elements. That's video on matter, atoms, elements, groups, periods as a recap. English. Definitions of keywords for our new topic for homework. In religion, Danielle and Ellie did their RE exam, while the rest of the class did chapter 13.1, questions 1 to 3 for homework, really silently. PD Prac beep test with a combined class with another E10 class at the college hall, which was good because it's indoors. We saw the ladies first, and they did good. Lisa was the last one on level 6, while most of the girls stopped at late level 4 and early level 5. Even us men got tired from watching them. Sorry, my bad. We did the beep test. I only stopped at 9.2 because that was my goal to beat my previous goal, which was 8.2 from last year. I surprised myself as I went to the bubblers, and I was 0.1 level higher than Abraham B and Anthony Y at 9.1. I was like, what up? And on my way back upstairs on the hall near the elevator, I was hyperactive. I stepped side to side and jumped over this small green rubbish bin and did a roll, and PJ's like laughing, and my teacher was like, what the hell? Well, he didn't say that. He just smiled and just gave those what the F moments. For maths, we had to do a yard cleanup, and we were not supposed to do split into groups. We had to stick as a class, and Grace was telling some of her friends how mean I was about giving her guitar away. She told Lords, Mara, Talua, and other girls from our class, and they all said how mean. I tried to defend myself, but there's no help. We had new seating arrangements. Thank God it was decent. I sat near the window where you could see the amphitheater. On my left was Laura. In front of me was Taylor, who sat next with John. John's like a nuisance to Laura, so Taylor did the usual and used the Holy Spirit ruler that I have and whacked John with it. Pretty funny behind me. It was pretty funny. Anyways, behind me was Dano, and he sits next to Alicia. And for the rest of the lesson, we just did worksheets and used portable whiteboards for a while. For ITT, Timber did my work like everybody else. We're at R22. Pretty quiet for a Tim class, but the room was cool because of the air conditioning. At the third quarter of the lesson, I showed Sir my drawing design on my Mac and the timber I had, and Sir asked who made this timber, this wood. And I told him my dad did, because I'm not allowed to use the drop saw because it's too dangerous in order to cut the wood. He insisted on cutting the wood so I can just finish the rest at school. I agreed with Sir as it was prefab. He asked if I got any more of this timber, and I said yes to all of them, so I might end up doing 2 or more mental clocks at school. So I can cut the remaining timber and bring it to school and just do the work at school. So it was like a negative and positive feedback, I didn't really mind because at least I got something. Doesn't mean I'm ahead of anything. Tuesday the 10th, Tuesday the 10th of March 2015. Maths, first day back from our new seating arrangements from yesterday. The usual worksheets on algebra and was for homework. Geo, worked on the worksheets in class and was for homework. Size, shape, and location of Australia. Also got our test results back. And Sarah G had 30 out of 30, but she was at the hall for badging ceremony. For period 3, it was school maths because it was badging ceremony for class and school captains. But I was supposed to have English. For RA, we did a brainstorm, and Miss brainstormed with Miss about working for justice in Australia. I sat in the front row seats with Jim on my right, Celine on my far left, because she had this teacher kind of helping her, and Tia S and Marie H sat next to Jim on his right. All of this was done because the Miss told us to fill the gaps at the front. Halfway of the lesson, Sarah came back and we told her she got full marks on the Geo exam. For music, we practiced busking, but all me and Jim did was create and perform an apology song to Grace and put on a video because, record it better. Because of my relationship with her is degrading. This connection I have is like a chain that is rusting and about to break. For science, had to write a script, an interview with an element from a group, and explain valency. So it was like giving an example using Catherine and Jessica about Lincoln. I think it was I think it was Marie and Catherine about negative valency, about taking Catherine away from the back, and Lisa was like, "This is getting weird." Charbel E did the script with me, while Gibran did the other work for the assignment, and I didn't know what the hell Callum was doing. And then we performed. It was just me and Gibran performing because we wrote the script. What all we did was like he was just interviewing me, and it was pretty funny because I gave an accent while Gibran like he didn't laugh or anything. He took it seriously because like he tried to hold it in. I think he's more of a formal guy compared to us. For Wednesday, the 11th of March 2015, we did I firstly had maths. We did algebraic techniques, which was adding and subtracting fractions with algebra. Included worksheets for homework, of course. In RE, I lined up like everyone else. I was chatting with my friend Jimwell, and I went crazy. I started fighting him by kicking him on the left knee and on his right thigh with my kicks. And Callum's like, "Hey Neil, be careful!" And I pushed both of them. I nearly punched and kicked Callum, but I stopped. And Callum's like, "What the hell, Neil? You're crazy." James had a portable speaker and he played Allah Akbar from the SpongeBob video and played songs to piss our sub-teacher off. She was cautious of James and Manu, while the rest of the class worked on the refugee stories they did from online and summarized it in our books. For Geo, Miss was pissed at us again, at most of us, because we didn't do our homework. Well, most of us. And it was about Australia's shape, size, and location. Our new homework was Australia's flora, fauna, and natural resources. For English, we did a brainstorm with Sir, had questions, and answered them, and researched the blind side context for the book we have. That we are going to watch The Blind Side, but most of the students in our class already did. Already watched the movie, And for Timber, we had theory. We did the usual complete our mental clock portfolio as it was due tomorrow. Tomorrow as in Thursday. Only 5 people was in Timber because it was cross country, and about most of the students do pass in our Timber. So gave us Easter egg chocolates at an Easter egg chocolate at the end of the lesson. I was like, "Oh, thanks, sir." It's a pretty good move. Anyways, on PD, I made it in time. People were already inside, just like fresh in the room. Sat next with Jimwell in the middle column and at the middle column and the front row seats. Callum was like, "I'm not scared of anyone except for Neil. He's an exception. He's crazy." I gave Lisa my Easter egg that Sir gave us from ITT because I never ate it. I gave it to Lisa. When I reached out, she's like, "She's shady." I gave it to her. She's like in shock. She's like, "Oh, thank you." And it's good. It's good to give. And so Sir was like, "Who's got heroin?" And everyone's like laughing. Then he made my group do it because he asked what drug my group was doing. Basically, throughout the whole lesson, the remaining groups presented their drugs. My group firstly presented, even though Gibran wasn't there. It was just us 3, and I'm like, Charbel's the new Gibran, and Jim was just like laughing. Anyways, we presented steroids. It's just the description, uses, effects, and law. I think ours was good because it wasn't like any other group previously. We used Google Slides instead of Keynote because that's Apple. Anyways, we provided patience, information, and humor because of my pronunciation, Jim's reaction of grrr, and Charbel's interpretation. Then I replied to Eileen because she was like pissed off at us, and I don't know if she's being satirical or whatever. Because like she was like, "No, put it back. I'm still writing." And it's like freaking hell. Like me, I'm being annoyed from the whole presentation. I was about to sit down. I was like, "Oh, typical first world problems." "Oh no, put it back. Well, I don't give a censored on the F word. Then Eileen, Mary, and Linda presented heroin. We all made notes like everyone else, but their presentation wasn't even summarized like my group. At the end, Sarah G and Celine N present GHB, which stands for gamma hydroxybutyrate, or date rape drug. It was very interesting as it was well structured compared to the previous group. At the end of the lesson, we packed up, and Callum's like, "You want to go, Neil?" And then I dropped my bag, and he got scared, so I had a wild goose chase with him around the class, and Sir told us to stay back as the bell rang. I stayed back, but I didn't get a demerit. Instead, got a warning from Sir. Pretty minor, I tell you, even though Callum didn't stay back. And that's about it.